Breathing and sleep. It's no surprise that when we get a killer night of sleep, we perform better both in sport and life. Yet every year, over 50 million Americans report dealing with some type of sleep disorder. 25 million report dealing with sleep apnea, and the number of people who are dealing with insomnia on any given night continues to rise. One root cause of sleep dysfunction is actually breathing dysfunction, and here's how it works. If I'm over-breathing throughout the course of the day, meaning I'm taking in more oxygen than my body needs for the task at hand, and I'm blowing off more CO2 than I necessarily need to get rid of or expel, I'm going to lower my tolerance to carbon dioxide, and this is going to catch up with me later on when I'm fast asleep in bed. When I'm sleeping, CO2 levels will continue to rise, but I won't have the ability to blow off that CO2 at the same rate that I've been doing when I'm awake. And with a decreased CO2 tolerance, it's going to set off sort of an internal alarm system. It's going to wake me, often in a state of panic, often breathing rapidly, and often in a state of stress that makes it hard to go back to sleep. You can easily see how this can become a vicious cycle. After a poor night's sleep, overall physiological stress is increased, your likelihood to overbreathe is increased, your likelihood for a second night of poor sleep is increased, and so on. Here's how to break the cycle. Simply first, be aware of how you're breathing throughout the course of the day. Keep it nasal whenever possible, and ask yourself, does how I'm breathing match or correspond to the task at hand? If I'm driving in my car, I don't need to be breathing like I'm running up a flight of stairs. The second thing that you can do is every day engage in some basic CO2 tolerance training. The same way that you would invest in any other area of your health that you wanted to see measurable improvement in, your strength, your speed, your flexibility, your mobility, you can make that investment in your carbon dioxide tolerance and your breathing quality so you can break that vicious sleep cycle. You can restore optimal sleep and optimal performance.